my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here. Oh, take my hand.
Ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend. I am a circle.
I am a triangle.
Wow.
I am a square.
I am a rectangle.
What the fuck was that?
That's what Mo always accuses me of. It's like you get through two rectangles in a stream, and we're lucky. Do you know Mr. Maker?
No, I do
Before
not.
your
What is
time?
this?
Yeah, you needed to have a kid like 5 or 6 years ago, who was 3 or 4.
Well,
First I've ever seen anyone lose watches during. I'm going to clean house. We're going to make sure it's only people who want to be here. Passion. You know how it goes here. Billy says, I learned my shapes. I've moved on to numbers and colors. Well, good for you, Billy. I mean, he certainly looks like he's about ready. We got Micro in the house. Says ahoy. Steven says, oh, Mel did some thumbnails. Awesome. They're not done yet. They have to be done. That's going to be an interesting thing because I have never really thumbnailed before. Not like how I think most people do. Because I've never had to work with anyone before. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting.
what are you talking? What are you talking about? Who's doing thumbnails?
Me.
For who?
Me.
For you?
Me. Well,
Oh,
for Joe.
Okay.
We'll get into it in a second.
All right.
Also, congrats on breaking 50 books on CG now. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? And I just got a couple more, I think. Well, there's 2 more, but I'm not sure if one qualifies. Don Chin sent me 2. One of them was not, I don't believe, promoted to Comicsgate. It's from previous Don Chin activities.
Yeah, thanks, Micro. I appreciate it.
What have you got to do with anything?
I'm the ideas man. We know them.
Moving on.
It is known.
Ray says, "How chat?" We got Antonio in the house. Christopher John. There's artists in here. How embarrassing! How embarrassing that they're going to sit and watch me faff about. Simply Green says, "Read the Lucent. Definitely in my top 3." He didn't say Replicator, Rob.
Well, I mean, obviously, Replicator 1 and 2 are his top 2.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Simply Green. That's awesome. Passion requests no printing talk. Well, maybe a little, like this much. This much printing talk. Maromi's in the house. We said hello to Billy already. Mel is laughing. Yeah, she knows that song all too well. Mr. Maker. Mr. Maker is actually a good show. It's good for teaching kids how to craft and stuff. We got Lord Colostomus. We got Joe Wapner. We got D. Thank you, everyone. 27 people in here. Oh, God. The stress levels are going up already. John F76. Frog G. Want some good books? Help you get that intro? No, I'm going to play that later then. Check out CG Now. Yes, please do check out CG Now. Old Dirty Fatty is here. Calls us sexy beasts. I'll take it. Ryan Cardinal. Have you heard the Ryan Cardinal rap?
No.
We better play that before we
Really?
get started. Yes, it's like Eminem level.
Oh god, it's gonna be terrible, and I'm gonna be
No,
stuck.
it isn't.
I'm gonna
It
be
isn't
stuck here going,
terrible.
"Oh yeah, man, it was really good."
Simply Green says you'll get Replicator at some point, so you are incorrect about it being 1 and 2. We got Crackhead in the house. Crackhead is crushing it with his shows lately. Yeah, look, Crackhead says you killed it with that track, Ryan. It's good, Rob.
I was on Crackheads the other day.
I was on it first. All the happy
Wow.
things with Jack Savinka. That How to Print stream is the one that got me to sub to your channel. Great work. I need that clip of Steve Carell from The Office going, "Thank you." Hold up. If you had a kid 5 or 6 years ago, how old would they be? No. If you had a 3 to 4 year old 5 or 6 years ago, that was what I meant. All right. Let me share this because it is well worth it.
I've got something to share too.
All right. Well, you get that up first, and then
have you been following my Twitter? I haven't been posting much lately, but I did post.
I did retweet it.
Well, firstly, there's this. This is nothing special. I came up with this because, laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Very creative, Rob. No one has ever thought of that before. How many likes did that get?
Well, I only posted today. It's up to 53 already. But
surprising.
This little bad boy that I stole off Reddit is going gangbusters.
Yeah, this one's great. Hang on a sec. Billy's pointed out I've still got Mo's avatar up there in the top corner. It shouldn't be there. That's a late night with Comicsgate only thing. Yeah, this is cool. So you've got the top one. It says, "Hey, I've more of this thing that you like," and everyone's like, "Yeah, awesome." And then it's like that, the SJW from behind. "I don't like that thing, and you're a bad person if you don't address the fact that I do not like the thing." So then he comes back and says, "Hey, I've made changes to the thing. Oh, that's no longer what we wanted. I'm gonna go look for something else, something different." And he's like, "Well, are you gonna buy my thing?" No, I never really had any interest. I mean, that is it. That's the last 10 years in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
It ranks up there with the comic of the, "You're not welcome here anymore." So then they leave and go to their own space, and then they try and go to the new space and say, "You're not welcome here anymore."
Oh, that's so true.
Von Beck says, "Evening, folks. If the rest of CG is going to take Sundays off, is that what today is? Sunday? Maybe you should take this day. Maybe do it earlier." What we're doing now? I mean, I just got off work. All right. Okay.
Yeah, we do this time slot because it works for both of us. It's after work for us here in Australia.
He might not be talking about that anyway. So get ready to have your brain and ears melted, Rob. Are you ready? Who are the 5 best rappers of all time? Ryan.
I'd say Eminem.
I don't care, Rob.
I really like
you don't watch Dave Chappelle, clearly.
Before you play this, I just want to have it known I actually really do like rap. So I have listened to a lot. I like Harry Mack. I think he's a genius.
All right. So you'll be able to actually judge this, whether you think it's good.
Yeah, I'm here for the bars. I'm here for the bars.
The bars? What's that?
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
All right, okay. Yeah. See? Thank you, Maromi. There are people after my own heart in the chat. Dylan. Do you not know that? Oh, Rob. It doesn't surprise me. All right, here we go.
Finatra understands the bars.
Oh, yeah, we're back here again. We're going to do this one more time. Going to do
Can
another
I just
one.
say, I love the forward armor. I need to get that.
Do you know what it's from?
It's some weeb thing.
It hurts me that you don't know what that is.
See, we have mutual pain because we're not interested in the same things. There's a Venn diagram of your interests and mine, and it like barely overlaps in the middle. And it's like some comic books, and that's it.
And beat just kicks in. All right, let's give this a go. Sup everybody in the land of CG. If you don't know who I am, fucking sign to meet me. I'm the Ron Cardinal, I'm the creative native. I'm back in the comics just to see the story stayed up. Disillusion pros, acting live bros and no team. Better behave strictly with the coke around the nose. They know what it is and they know what they chose. They know it's half of that battle, yo, G.I. Joe. But I'm here to fuck around as a special guest. Preach spitting ends with the holiest of breath. I'm underground now, but I'll need to express the undeniable fact that I'm one of the best. Bad man, the jammer with the all that'll damage. I'm the half-breed savage with the skills that'll ravage you. I'll take advantage every fumble that you made. They try to salvage you. Something end up way below average. But I'm not here to attack. I'm here to have fun with the jack and the crack pack. As they back, fully pack comic book racks. I'm gonna get back to sporting fat stacks of art in my backpack and stay on track. So I don't pull a Kirby and I don't get jacked. Missed out a million by the terms of a contract. No one wants that, and that's a goddamn fact. The comic book leeches blood, the comic king dries. The kind of evil shit that make the god of thunder cry. That's why I don't pay to be a fucking nice guy. Take your best shot, hit the motherfucking bullseye. That's why we pay attention to that man, Batman, Pie Man, EBS, Ethan, Van, Skyver, and the rest of the CG heavy hitter crew. Malin, Davis, your boy Zach, Fragapoo, more big time ringers coming in soon. Just letting you know though, I'm here too, doing my thing anyway, anyhow. You're not gonna tell me I'm not allowed. We're making things that the mainstream does about shit so hype that the blind see me out. Just to remember the crack pack bats and the holier than bow. And that's it. Quick, simple, fast. Get out there, do the things that you enjoy doing. I like making comics, and I got a comic book out right now, Caius, the story of Blood and Stone, issue 1 and 2 on Indiegogo. Get out there and back those projects. If you can't back mine, back another one. Bow, I'm out.
That was really good.
Exactly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Ethan retweeted that. You know it's good. Like he doesn't like he's tagged a whole bunch of us in this. I see he didn't tag you. But anyway, yeah, he tagged Ethan and Ethan retweeted it, which is not. I mean, far from a guarantee. We do have Camel. It said, "All hail Jeremy Renner." Wow, I mean, he is actually a spitting image of Jeremy Renner.
Who is
as he is now? Ryan. That looks like Jeremy Renner in.
Oh, it kind of does.
Hawkeye.
Actually. Oh my god,
really
it actually does.
It
yeah,
really does.
Yeah. Poor Ryan.
Ryan Jenner. Ryan Renner.
Kylie Jenner.
Not Kylie Jenner. If you want to send the link to Camel, because I know he's probably drawing, he can save my butt if whatever I'm doing is crap. We got John Mallet in the house too, working hard, no doubt, on Godlike. Yeah, it's good. That was really good. I really like that. It's the third time I've watched it. I would not do that if it wasn't. EVS called him Corey Feldman. Oh, I love CG.
I'd like to hear some more. I'd like to hear some slower beats and some.
He's done another one. He has done another
some transitions into some real fast stuff as well.
I think the other one was fast though. I don't know. I can't remember. I mean, he'll do more too.
So I have to send the link to Camel, do I? Is that what you're telling me?
If you don't mind, you don't have to. Anyway,
Camel. Jesus.
Well, I mean, yeah, because all right. So basically, here's what I've got. Oh, I probably should have had them open before I started. I didn't really thumbnail like I see other people thumbnail. I lay things out in InDesign because I'm a graphic designer and that's how I do it. And I gave myself notes and everything. So, but it turns out that what I want to do is essentially I've added a new scene to Painted Death, and that's on the feedback that I've gotten from the people who've read it. What they were most interested in, what they were really asking about, what kind of tickled their brain membranes. And so I've added a scene that I think really fleshes out a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I've got Joe on board. This is the first scene ever that I've created whole cloth with Joe on board. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna do some thumbnails. I've got the text. I mean, you're not gonna see the text here. And then
holy
Joe
shit!
say, what?
You spoke for like 2 minutes straight. Then that was like almost Clayton levels. I was having flashbacks. Get in here, Camel Moon. Holy crap,
What are you
saving
talking
from
about?
Michael.
Send Camel Moon the link. We are like BFFs. Camel was so funny today. They all were on CG News and Reviews. It was a great season finale. Everyone should go back and watch it. If you missed it, there was some cracking moments in there. Mel wants more shapes. Tommy wants more fruit. I think I'm done with the fruit for now. There will be teacups.
Oh my God.
There will be hat stands.
Here he is. I'll add him. Oh, you did it. There you go. He's muted.
Great show today, Camel. You're
All right.
muted.
What happened? I missed whatever you said the last 5 minutes. My mic and camera weren't working. So
Yeah. Well, I was just complimenting you on the CG News and Reviews today. I thought
that?
that was
The
the
show you
show
were
that
on.
you went on. You remember with all those guys?
oh, the good stuff show.
Yes.
Yeah. That was fun.
All right. We've got to kick him for a minute.
No, bring him back. Bring him back.
Sorry. I don't know what's happening half the time.
I was explaining because, I mean, believe it or not, there's people in this chat who are actually interested in the creation of the Lucent. And I was just kind of going through what I was thinking, and Rob was like, I'm bored. So that's pretty much where we got up to. Essentially, what I've done is I have kind of done my own sort of plotting out of some pages here. And I'm just going to basically do some very rough thumbnails on these things so that I can send them to Joe. And then he can say, oh, yeah, this is working. Oh, no, I think this is not what you need to be doing. Basically, that's my plan for today.
Where is all the excitement in those panel layouts? Hey? Where's the craziness?
Well, the thing is, this is this is a 6-page scene, which is a conversation between two people.
Oh,
so I have had to come up with a way to make that interesting somehow. So something's happening at the same time that they're talking. That's essentially what's happening.
Are they dying?
There will be dead children there, but they're already dead.
Hello. Now we're talking. Camel, please tell me you have something interesting today.
Oh yeah, but to Mike's point. Also, before I start, how's my mic? Because I changed mics for this computer as well.
It's good.
It's a little
far away.
Hang on, let me see if I can pump it up a little bit. Say something.
Maybe I can bring it. Hold on, let me see if I can bring this closer.
Passion says you can make it interesting by cutting it from the book.
No, it will be I think it'll be a really good. Yeah, it sounds muffled. That's the word I was looking for.
Is it better like this?
I mean, it's fine. We're just drawing, so.
All right, I got to figure out a better thing then.
David L says it sounds like shit. But
oh yeah,
who knows in this chat? Like
yeah,
what's actually going on here?
Yeah, it might sound like shit.
So, Mike, I've got questions for you on that previous one. Why is it off center?
Because this is designed for a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm this is like the bleed here, so I want this to go all the way to the end. So this is the margin on the inside margin on the left, and then you can see it's on the right, and then the left, and then the right, and then the left. So
okay, story checks out.
You have a secret admirer, an old dirty fatty, Camel, in case you ever want to leave your wife, and apparently my wife is your mistress, apparently. He says, we want to hear you better, sweetie.
That's
maybe old dirty fatty is a lady or a gay man. I don't know.
Old dirty fatty, we had him on our show.
Oh, we did. Definitely a dude. He's the one you kicked.
Well, yeah, so that's how you get him to like you.
Old dirty fatty. Now he wants some of that camel ass.
Good to see. We've got Lord Colostomus Butt Eagle here. Young Butternuts in the house. D-Wag, Billy Basco, Jeremy Burtz, Fallout Zone. Good stuff's here. Von Beck. Do you know Von Beck, Bancroft? Are they a new person?
You, welcome to the show.
There you go. Cracker's in the house too. Oh, he's starting. Looks like we have some lines. This looks like a face or a body.
I'm trying the Eric Kennedy. I'm trying to be like very Eric Kennedy, but I don't think it's gonna work. But essentially, I'm just trying to put figures and stuff. Very rough.
Stephen says, Rob, I can honestly say you're the best thing on this stream so far. Appreciate it, Stephen. Michael Bumcrust says, hello, I'm here.
Oh, we got
I thought
Bumcrust
that
in
was
the
Mike.
house.
I didn't know that was a different person.
We are all just waiting for Camel to share his screen, and then
Sorry.
We'll be good to go when he's ready.
Yeah, look at something a little bit more interesting.
Oh, wow. Look at that thing.
It's getting there.
What do we got? Oh, damn. That is awesome. Man, you've been working hard.
I told you, like I gotta do all the shit up here, but like I put this Spartan statue in, and then I got the shadows on his his wings. Yeah, shadows are coming in good. So
that's rad. You totally bit off more than you could chew.
I know. I was like, oh, I'll get this done in a weekend, and I was like, oh my god, it's been like 13 days.
Mel B says, looks amazing, Mooney. Passion says, I like how Rob has no visual talent and is forced to do drawing commentary. Didn't you hear Passion? EVS said, I am a fantastic artist. So there you go.
Yeah. Checkpoint says the chain brush really does come in handy. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta say though,
I changed his mouth so he's a little more grimace.
If I was an artist, I would be tempted to use a building brush if there was such a thing.
That's the most fun thing to do.
The buildings.
Yeah.
I hate buildings. That's why all my shit takes place in space, because I can just build rock formations. I like drawing rocks. I can't. Buildings want to blow my fucking brains out.
Pity Mo's not here. He could see your 3D rectangle you've drawn, Bancroft.
Up here? Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. I don't know. Why isn't my... What's going on? Have I frozen? Or is it... Whoa. Yeah, I don't know what perspective I want to use here. So I'm literally just... I don't know, figuring things out as I go. I'm going off my notes that I put in InDesign.
Crackett says, fantastic artist and happy to have you. 2 lies in 1 sentence. So what's going on in this fifth panel? It's very straight on. What's the dealio there?
Yeah, so basically, essentially, you're going to have a figure. I want it to be symmetrical. Actually, I should have. It looks like you should be more centered. This is my Wes Anderson frame. I want to have it straight on, like probably a bit lower than this, actually. Like if I can disguise a bit more.
Mate, just look how he cheats. Like he just...
Of course. Essentially, basically, this is a window. It's like a floor-to-ceiling window in front of him.
I was going to go with some cornfield.
Probably be like I don't know, like a couch here or something in front of it, and a coffee table over here with some bottles on it or something. Some glasses maybe. And there's water running down the window. Like imagine it's like a waterfall on the glass. Yeah?
Yeah. I hear you.
Like those little water fountain things they have at like restaurants sometimes, and like the water just
Fancy Italian restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Good Stuff says that's how I win everything. I cheated everything.
Yeah, it's exactly how he does it. He cheats. He steals.
What about says cheat good, cheat often?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's come back to Bancroft's later because Camel's drawing. So
yeah, I'm just faffing.
Old Dirty Fatty says, put the ideas down in 30 seconds, then go over it. And you guys in chat, if you have any questions...
I don't know how fast or slow to go with this stuff. Like, I don't really do this, but, whatever. I'll figure it out.
I should bring up some of my thumbnails from Replicator Man to see, like, how loose William does it compared to the final stuff. You'd be surprised.
Who's William?
My artist.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you guys in chat have any questions for Camel or Bancroft, let me know. I'll read them out to them.
So what I did, I bought this the other day. It's really cool. It's this little thing here. And it connects to my pad. And I set all of this to be whatever I want it to be. So I have this as my pencil. This is my eraser. And then I have this as some more key commands. This is undo, undo. And then this is redo, redo. So I can just toggle back and forth.
Do you keep your right hand on that the whole time?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's essentially like the keyboard. Like, I don't even know what keys I press anymore. If someone asks me, but I have my fingers and I look down, they're just sitting on keys and then they just move by themselves.
Yeah.
Depending on what I want to do. It's very, I don't know, it's become very sort of muscle memory-ish. But I wondered what people with Cintiq essentially did,
Yeah. So, and the issue also was before, because I'm left-handed. So a lot of the key commands that are built into it are actually over on the other side. So it's fine if you're drawing like this, then I could do like here. But like most of the time I have to move my hand across the keyboard. So I was like, well, that's kind of aggravating. So I just, now I have like, instead of actually having to hit, Command Z or Command C or anything, I have it as its own button. Because sometimes what would happen is you'd keep your finger on command and then you would do something that you didn't mean to do. So, and then I also have just this button here is save. So it just saves it every time I tap it. I don't have to look for the keys or anything. And then like I have other ones that this is like every time I get into my computer, I have like my 15-digit hex. So I just push that button and it just populates it for me. So I have to sit there and type it out every time.
All right, we got some questions coming in from the chat. Checkpoint says, do you have to iron the pirate shirt, Bancroft?
No, Mel does. I left it. I left it on the floor all crinkled, and she came in and she was like, "Yeah, seriously, you think I don't have anything better to do than iron your blouses?"
I feel like Mel puts up with a lot from you.
Yeah, but I'm the husband, so
that's not a denial.
Good Stuff asks, if you're on a date with Camel Moon, Bancroft, where would you take him?
There's only one right answer. So.
Downtown.
An arcade, like a video arcade.
That's. I guess that's acceptable. I also would have taken Toys R Us.
Yeah, but what can I do there? I mean, I just got to walk around while you
just buy me something. You go look at the Batman toys with me.
Let's see what else we got here. Old Dirty Fatty, my question for Camel is, why won't you love me?
You're just too fat and old.
Oh.
And
fat
not
and
funny.
Old. It's in your name. You're not young hottie.
They fall flat. Like, if you're not going to be hot and young and female, at least be funny. And if
Like
you
me.
remember, I mean, he was trying really hard.
It was like watching a squirrel die. I was like, oh god, just put it out of its misery. Just moving on. I'm kidding, Dirty. I'm joking.
Okay, so in the first panel, we have what appears to be people looking at the person in the window.
This is a nightclub. I'm trying to create a sense of scale. So like, there's gonna be a lot of people in a nightclub, you know. So there's
Can you
gotta
put
be
like a hot chick at the front?
Yeah. These would be two chicks dancing.
Yeah.
You know, this one, has boobies.
Yeah, and then do the other one
from
the
behind,
arse.
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
you got it.
So
Yep,
that
we're
means
all
I
happy.
gotta lift her up a bit, so we can get the arse in there.
Yeah, and
She's
then put
closer.
Camel hitting on her.
Awkwardly.
This is a bartender, I guess. But then if it was a nightclub, there'd be a gazillion people here, you know, because you can never. What is that? You can never kind of get up close to the thing. So this would just be people everywhere, essentially.
Gig Hazu asks, "Will the boobies be big?"
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Captain
I think
Chokeout
small. Like
wants.
I don't know, from my experience from nightclubs, it's like a lot of skinny girls. You know?
Have you been outside lately? Captain Chokeout wants Camel to be in his wheelchair hitting on the chick. Bancroft, if you could please.
I bump up against him, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Who's just rolling around?
There's Camel in his wheelchair. Oh no, hang on. One big wheel on a wheelchair and then a little one. He's swinging in. He's the cackler. He's in the background.
Oh, I thought of a backstory for Cackman.
Mm.
He's a billionaire from all the lobster McDonald's that he owns.
This is really good, Bancroft. I don't know if you've seen this. Stephen Rockwood, Bancroft, are you familiar with Bollywood's 22 panels that always work?
I am.
I actually have that saved. I can probably bring that up. I'll bring up that. Yeah, right here. Bollywood's 22 panels that always work. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, I do try and always do something slightly different and interesting in a panel.
Or some interesting ways to get variety into those boring panels where some dumb writer has a bunch of lame characters sitting around and talking for page after page. So there you go. Very cool stuff. Let's check in on Camel Moon. Some lines down, going back to Bancroft, which is surprising for me.
That's what everyone says.
Skip says your line work has really improved, Michael.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying.
It's so straight.
Captain Chokeout says, "Hey, lady, fancy greasing my wheels?"
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good line. That always works. One is also, I ask him to get me a drink because I can't reach the bar, and then therefore they buy it out of pity. This is also nice.
So you've got some dude in the corner there. You can talk and draw at the same time, Michael.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Just
I
let
know,
you
I'm
know.
just trying to kind of. It's weird. I'm trying to kind of think this through exactly how I want it while it's. I'm looking back at notes that I have. Where like scale as well is pretty important here. All right, it's kind of here, I think. Yeah. So basically. Now we're in a new place, just like that. That's what happens in the Lucent, just like that. You're in a new place now. So you're gonna, just this. I want a guide to be kind of just like you can't really make out what's going on.
That actually looks like Camel in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, he's in an armchair. Thank you for
good.
Thank you for noticing.
Damn.
He's got a little. He's sitting in an armchair. There's a hat rack. He's got his hat up there. He's got a cup of tea. He's got a little side table there. I don't know if he'll be at that angle though, because or maybe he will, because he's sitting. I don't know if that's the right perspective, but anyway. Yeah, nah, that's not it.
No plants behind him. Stephen Rockwood, Rob, is it awkward that Camel has yet to have you on Camel Nights? That's, from my understanding, entirely down to Bancroft.
What? Why would Rob come on Camel Nights?
Deciding I'm not funny enough or smart enough to know about American politics.
But why would you come on to Camel Nights?
Because
we've already there's 4 people on that. It's like saying like, hey,
I like
why isn't Bruce Springsteen playing with the Beatles at the Beatles show? It's like he's not in the Beatles, you know.
And he never will.
I just refer to Camel Nights as the Beatles. All right, I'm referencing my own comic here. I mean, not that it really matters because it's just done now.
Mo Biggs, Rob has a point. The one thing missing from Camel Nights is cringe. Gate kept crackhead.
What does that look like, actually? I can't remember.
Micro says, damn, that was cold, Bancroft. Yeah, Bancroft doesn't care when he runs you over it with a bus. He just does not give a shit.
It's for your own good.
Make sure he got you.
A building there. There's kind of a building here.
All right, I'll show you how William sends me thumbnails. So they're like this, right?
Okay.
They are as loose as it gets, and
I think I want to be have a bit more than that because
and another artist I work with sends me basically semi-finished pencils, which I don't really love because then if you have to change something, you're like spending the artist has to spend a lot of time to fix it. Anyway, so that's what he sends me. Like it's 3 panels. You can see here this ghost splattered in blood and ghost killing people. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell what's happening. We've changed it a little bit in the final page, and that's what it's come to. So that is it finished.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, see, I would want my thumbnails to be a bit closer to the layouts of the original, of the final. Like, I mean, when I just say the general, you know, like what's on the thing is there, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm trying to be as quick as I can and just eyeballing things. So,
Look It Up says, don't need a 4th wheel on Camel Nights. Isn't there already 4 people there?
A 4th wheel is another
one.
Rob.
Oh, right.
It's not an actual number.
Stephen Rockwood, Art to Bear's thumbnail layouts are awesome. Good luck living up to that, Michael.
I was checking out Eric Canetti's. He's also pretty damn good. These look like actual, like you would want them as a piece of art. So yeah.
I know Alex Ross's thumbnails were always like pretty much full on drawings, but that's because he was painting them, so he pretty much had to like get the lighting down first.
I'm trying to find. I send Eric ideas that I have sometimes. Eric Canetti's ideas that I have sometimes, and he goes, "Yeah, maybe you could do this to make it look better." I'm trying to find one of those. Trocat says someone should teach me how to make a comic. Bancroft, yell at Rob again from Lord Nemesis.
Well, I can't force it. Then it won't be as fun.
Oh, it
has to be real.
It's like he likes kicking a crippled person.
I know what that's like.
I tell you, this Lucent book is good source material. Because I forget what I drew, you know.
Jaro says, don't look at Canetti's thumbnails. You will just want to quit drawing altogether.
Yeah,
I mean, he gets work done, man. He doesn't muck around.
Oh no, he's awesome. Like I know how he posts like 10 art tweets a day. I didn't just has infinite friggin' things. Okay, all right. Close enough. I think I've got 5 of these pages I want to get finished, so I guess I better just move on.
Oh yeah, here you go. All right, so this is our layout I came up with roughly. Something along these lines. This is Ghost. She's wrapped electric wire around all these bad guys' heads or necks, and she's going to electrify them. I'm like, yo, Eric, what do you think of this? And he's like, yeah, man, that's awesome. Maybe try it something like this instead. So,
see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that's fully rendered or but everything is super scratchy and sketchy. But damn, it looks good.
Yeah. Rob, quit your day job. For drawing. Oh, I'll take that. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Camel is still working on these cliff faces.
Yeah, I'll be probably doing all of this tonight. I got to do over here, and I got to do this monster mountain thing, and then tomorrow I'll start in on the Python, whatever the fuck they are.
And you can't color this, can you, Camel? Like it's not for the competition. You could color it afterwards, but for the competition, it has to be black and white. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I, right here, I can show you. So I got Zipatone going for some gray, and over here for the wings, I put black there, but then on top of it, I have so that's like a gauze brush that I use. So yeah, I'm trying to find ways around color, and then even over here on top, I have this lighting to kind of separate it so that it doesn't look like well, it's not really gonna look like that, but I gotta if I pull this up, yeah, so it'll probably look closer to that. But if I took that lighting off, then yeah, it would be the same black, and then it would all kind of look the same, So you just kind of lighten it up a little bit so that it looks like it's in the distance.
You got Pete Callan for $5. Rob would have drawn it better. Do you want to thank Pete Callan
Yeah, maybe.
Bancroft for $5?
Oh, thank you, Pete Callan. Sorry, I'm so out of it tonight. I apologize.
Mate.
Thank you, Pete Callan.
You're expecting a lot out of me, mate. You really
I know, far too much.
far too much. Let's check in on Bancroft. Yep. So weird, creepy guy staring at some people off in the distance. Hopefully they're not children.
Okay, so this is the dead kids, the dead people, including the dead kids. Do you remember?
Is it the Romans?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Roman
yeah.
kids. Yes.
Yeah, they're slaughtered. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're still there. Okay?
Awesome.
And
Love
he's
it.
parked his armchair and his hat rack and his little stool, his little bedside table with his cup of tea. And he's just sort of sitting there with his tea. Yeah.
What an absolute boss. Do you know what would be really cool, Bancroft? And, take my ideas with a grain of salt. But there was an explosion, yeah? No. Didn't you see him come out? And,
there was.
Yeah. It would be really cool if you had, like, one of the silhouettes of the child burnt into the wall.
Well, I mean, I guess I could have this sort of door sort of blown out. It could be a bit rubbled here.
Yeah.
Like there's some damage on the building. I guess I could have a silhouette. I don't think it would be of the dead child. It would probably be of the, I don't know. But there should actually be some dead Roman soldiers kind of scattered around here too. Maybe there's one sort of next to this guy's foot somewhere. I don't know.
All right, a couple of questions I want to get to. Jaro says, is that a godlike submission? I think it is, Camel, yeah or no? I don't know.
This is my godlike submission right here. What do you think?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. I'll probably post it. I mean, I hate deadlines, but like most artists, so I'll probably post it Wednesday at midnight or whenever the latest I can is.
And Classic Glue Reviews asks, Camel, have you put Hale Salad away for the time being? It seems like forever since the last episode.
Oh, well, so I took I don't know, by the time this is done, it'll be 2 weeks. I took a couple weeks off from coloring the comic to do this, and then I'll start the comic up again, Thursday morning, probably. Oh, wait, are you talking about the cartoon, actually? Let's talk about the cartoon.
I don't know. It's your thing.
Well, I'm yes.
He's talking about the cartoon.
Oh, okay, cartoon. Sorry. So the cartoon, I'm not going to do the 10th episode until until the comic's done, because I got to make sure I get that out, and then that'll be the last episode. And then when I make the DVD of the cartoon, I think I'll have a stretch goal for like a DVD exclusive episode. So yeah, it's right now it's just kind of on the back burner.
Cool. Dave Brinks in the house. Good to see you, dude. Lord Nemesis says, Rome never existed, said the crazy TikTok lady.
Well, I never said it was in Rome. So just because there's Romans there, doesn't necessarily mean it's in Rome.
Classic says, okay, no problem, cool, DVD goal. Yep, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in on Michael. So creepy guy is looking at the guy sitting in the chair near the murdered children. He's walking up closer to the guy next to the murdered children.
There's a progression going here. I guess the bodies, the stacked bodies, would be sort of behind them here. I'm going to check to see where the text is going to be.
Crackett says, you must have a ton of deleted scenes and unused footage. That would be nice to see on the DVD. Elder Schnelly says, hello, darlings.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So the way I make every episode is I have little vignettes of like jokes, and sometimes they don't always make it, and sometimes I got to pull them out because the episode's too long. So yeah, I could perceive, what's the word I'm looking for? I can see the idea of doing,
Conceivably.
yeah, conceivably putting like a reel together of like, you know, the lost episode or something.
Sumo says this stream is making me sleepy. It's good. Sleep is important. Everyone needs to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the time more than anything else. Definitely not, you know, this hyper. We haven't even gotten into any print talk yet. What do you reckon there, Rob?
Yep.
I mean, we don't want to get into it, but you know, something quite substantial happened today.
Do you like this meme, Bancroft?
You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. I mean, who am I in this? I don't understand. Who's it talking to? You.
Well, that's you.
Who's
That's
me?
Danny DeVito.
I'm not Danny DeVito. What are you talking about? That's why I can't. I need to be kind of like grounded, you know. Like, who am I?
I had an
What are you
idea.
talking about?
You know that movie Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of
Love
that?
that movie.
They should remake that
What's up?
with The Rock and what's the short black comedian? What's his name?
Yeah, they totally should.
What?
That's a
God,
good
what's his
idea.
name?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, like, I don't
can't
really
stand
particularly
him.
like Kevin Hart, but I think
Yeah, me
if they were
neither.
going to remake it, that would be the way to do it.
Yeah. So to my news, we sent the print file off today, so we should get a proof hopefully really soon. He's going to send me prices tomorrow, and hopefully he'll get a proof done. And
I wonder if I got
sick.
mates rates, Rob.
We'll find out.
Can you imagine?
Dude, I'm going to have to print.
Doesn't matter. It's awesome. I mean, the print quality.
I worked it out.
uh,
It's like maybe 2,500 comic books to fulfill the order. So it's going to be bananas.
Why am I redrawing things when I can just copy and paste them? Jesus. What am I doing?
What an idiot.
Idiot.
Mike, look at this. Mortal V status. All right, I'll see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have my YouTube window open.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Oh. Is that a Google? If you Google Michael Bancroft, are those all the images that come up?
No, that's all Mortal V's avatars that he's had of me.
Wow.
Over the,
Why don't I get any avatar love? Nobody wants to be me.
People
Even
like,
I have one now, Camel.
I mean, I sit
I
here
know.
and people throw insults at me all day.
That's not fair.
And that's the what I get back from it. You
I don't like it.
Well, what can I say? You judge the people. I am a man of the people.
I judge them because they don't make me their avatar.
So you've got two really similar layouts here, Bancroft. Is that a concern, or are you doing that on purpose?
Well, I mean, when I get to doing it, I don't think I'll actually make them so similar. But essentially, what I want to do is I want it to be a bit of a reveal that he's really kind of sitting among all these dead people. So I want it to be like a zoom out, but yeah, it probably won't be exactly the same. But for the thumbnail, I think it serves its purpose.
Micro says Cullen had a camel avatar before. Way to remember the fans.
Who the hell's Cullen?
that's the most camel.
Is he
response
Comicsgate?
I've ever heard.
All right.
Dead Centurion right here.
But yeah, I keep looking at these covers, Bancroft, with the font, the trade dress on now. They look beautiful.
Yeah, they look cool, don't they?
I'm in love with it. It looks sick. This is awesome. Can't wait to see them.
Doing that well.
Lord Nemesis says Camel is such a creep.
Well, I agree with that.
Well, I mean, he's a villain who lives up in his ivory tower and he looks down on the plebeians.
I was thinking if
And
we
you
made a real
confused
comic.
today. I said plebeian, which means a commoner. You heard
Yeah,
a
I said
peon.
an idiot.
An
I tried to
idiot.
fix
It's
it,
like
but
a
they
peon.
started talking over me.
I know. Yeah. So, look, how's that? That's some quality drawing right there. Give him some eyebrows.
Just quickly, Bancroft, with this, are you uncomfortable with the ratio of blacks on this PDF?
No, not at all. Because if you get technical with it, there's actually not that much black on it. It's the exact right amount of black, actually. I was very careful to make sure of that. 40% in all the colors.
Enrique says, so this stream is getting racist now. Oh, geez, no. He's talking about limiting the K values of blacks when printing.
Yeah. They have way too many K values. It's not. It's not right. They take their share. You know, more than their share.
Sumo says, what's the dead air running timer on this sucker?
Oh, high. Hopefully high. Work out well.
You've got 63 people in here, so make sure if you can, hit like and subscribe for some reason.
Enrique says 13% of the K values make up for 40% of all page layouts. 60% of the time, that makes sense every time.
So, can you give us like what's happening in this page, Bancroft? Like, give us.
So essentially, this guy now appears here, and he looks over his shoulder and he's like,
"Or do you want me to do it?
Over here.
Do you want me to tell
Okay,
you?
yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
All right. So the guy at the top's like, "Whoa, dude, what's going on over there?" And then he walks over. He's like, "Whoa, man, I can see you got like a whole heap of dead kids. Are you selling them?"
He's selling them.
He's like, "Nah,
Bundy.
man, these are my dead kids." And the other guy's like, "Oh, I'm not happy about that, bro." Is that it?
Pretty close.
No. But yeah, kind of close. I mean, this guy comes over here and he's like, I can give you a little hint at the dialogue. He points out that he makes a comment that he says the setting is a little macabre that they're standing in. Yeah. And then this fella here says he answers back with Memento Mori, which you're no doubt familiar with, Rob.
Oh my god. We are so different in the way we create things.
Memento Mori is having a reminder of death around you. It's traditionally a way to motivate you to live your life. If you're constantly reminded of death, then you won't waste any time during your life. And this fella quips back with, I think I'll just stick with my tattoos. Thank you very much. And they're about to launch into a discussion. Now, as I learned from Shane Davis, the eyebrows, look at the eyebrows. The eyebrows are to convey to Joe that he's angry. He's yelling. He's like, he's like, what the F, essentially. Because in this panel here, he like just drops a bit of info on him right about there. He'll probably go. And it's quite shocking. He's quite shocked to hear it.
You know what he could do? The guy in the fourth panel. You know how he said he wants to just focus on his tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, assuming that the kids had tattoos, right? He could peel off their skin and then put the skin of the kids.
That is absolutely the exact opposite of what he would do with these dead children. The exact opposite.
God.
He is highly reverent of their corpses.
This is the most you've drawn I've ever seen.
I draw all day. This is like, I'm trying to draw really loose and quick, but I keep getting distracted. Yeah, so then in this last panel, I'm going to switch the point of view back to the guy sitting in the guy standing. So we'll be looking down directly. So it'll be, I guess, essentially, I can do this. This is the cool thing about thumbnailing, I guess. I can just copy this panel again, but really kind of, it's going to be a lot more on this guy here. Get any of this.
Sumo Thori says, say assuming again, Rob. Why? Enrique says, is the opposite that he would sew skin onto the kids. That's a nice touch. He gives some of his tattooed skin to the dead children.
No, absolutely not. That is not about that at all.
I'm so glad George isn't here. SDA says ass humming. Ass shooming?
Yeah, that's what you say. You say assuming like that. He's sitting amongst the dead. Let's just have it like that. Now he should be sipping his tea here. So
now is he using a cup for his tea or one of the kids' skulls?
He is definitely using a cup.
Skull.
Right
okay,
there.
Got it.
You know, probably got a little pinky held up. I don't know.
Mortal V says, I hope someone eats those dead children so they don't go to waste. Elder Schnelly says, isn't that the all-new Marvel method? Copy-paste panels, loads of shot, reverse shot.
It's my method. I don't know if it's the Marvel method. I mean, I like to do zoom in. So like on one panel, it's like the focus is elsewhere, but and then you can add more detail on the other one, so it emphasizes it and stuff. But essentially now, because now when I first wrote this scene, it was just a conversation between these two. But that would just be them, and it would just be literally 5 pages of that shot, reverse shot. So we don't want to do that. So now I'm going to start adding in a kind of a subtextual event that occurs in the scene while they're talking. So they're not even going to acknowledge it, but it's going to be happening while they're. That's how I'm going to keep it fresh. Oh yeah, I just invented the Marvel method. You're so right, Enrique. It's called the Bancroft Method.
We're looking at Camel Moon now. He's doing more.
Sumo, hang on. Sumo's being mean. He says, when it comes to thumbnails, Bancroft's no Canetti. When it comes to anything, I'm no Canetti. What are you talking about? Finished art, coloring? What?
Likability,
NFTs,
success, likability.
fame,
Yeah.
looks, definitely setup.
Tiny baby sloth door says hail.
Hail.
SDA says, what's up with the shadow camel?
What shadow?
What's up with shadow camel? I don't know what he's talking about. You're gonna have to clarify that one, SDA.
Like the Alec Baldwin movie? Like that shadow?
Or maybe it's like an evil camel.
Like there's another mustache on top of my mustache.
No, it's like, you know, like there's like what was it, the evil Superman? Was he called Shadow
like
Superman? Bizarro, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Maybe there's a bad camel out there, but he wears a mustache.
Or is there a good camel out there and you're the bad camel?
Maybe.
Oh, here we go. Mortal V. There, I made my first cheap MS Paint camel avatar. Now camel can feel better and then worse when he realizes this is just dollar store general level right now.
Why am I Satan?
You don't ask questions.
Why wouldn't you be?
That's not fair. I don't like Satan. I'm not a Satanist. It's not Hail Satan. It's, unbelievable.
All right, let's go back to Bancroft. He's drawing some derpy faces.
Very derpy. I don't know. Now that comment is kind of getting to me, the way, because I had scheduled in here another kind of close up, but like it fits with the story, but I don't know. Like he won't be yelling again. He'd be slightly agitated. I might leave that one for now and move on.
It needs a different angle or something. You got D's in the house. That is not the Satan version. Jaro says, have you ever eaten camel? It's not that bad.
I went to a restaurant. They have one here in Florida, and they had camel on the menu. And I was like, I'll order that. See what that's like. But they didn't actually have it. They were like, yeah, we don't really carry it. They said a lot of people don't buy it.
So why is it on the menu?
Why is it on the menu? Yeah. I was like, this is false advertising. I came for camel. Okay.
Norton Rad says, Rob, can you ask Camel Moon if he's beaten Batman on the NES?
Oh, yeah.
Jaro, damn it, Bancroft, 7 panels per page. You are a madman.
This is I was like, I really agonized over this one because I really needed to get it to a certain point by here. I start with 4. Sometimes I pump it up to 5 or 6. With this one, I was like, because I got to think about the dialogue. That's what I've screwed up the first time round. Like you have a scene and then you've got the characters around the wrong way, but the dialogue, that guy needs to talk first, and it gets really hard. But this, I had to chop it up. I know, like 7 is probably a limit, unless it's some specialty thing. But
Tommy says, close up of the teacup, maybe in the middle of a sip to add some tension and drama.
I think I did have its close up of the teacup. Did I get rid of that? Let me have a. I've got there. The next panel is placing the teacup down on the back on the table. That's that's like, hey, something's going on here.
Old Dirty Fatty says,
down.
Camel, if you do start to worship Satan, maybe he can help you walk again.
I won't sell my soul to walk again, guys. Sorry.
Crackhead says, are there many 7-panel pages in Painted Death?
No, I hope not. But there were, I think, 1 or 2 in Waking Dream. So that's what I was kind of thinking. Hang on. Yeah, there were 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Oh yeah, like
In Waking Dream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there was a couple in there.
I write like 5 panels per page, like as a rough guide, and then get rid of some if I can. I'm just looking through my pages now to see how many panels I've got. That's the good thing about independent comics. You don't have to have a certain amount of panels per page to get the story told. You can just add on pages, make the pages look better.
Yeah, but some like the amount of panels on a page also dictate how slow or fast the page is. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you got you don't have to rush it out if you don't want to. Is the point?
You have a fancy English teacup, I think.
Stephen Rockwood says, I just finished my godlike art. Now I have a couple of days for touch-ups. Post it on Twitter, man. I'll bring it up if you want. I'd like to have a look. Adams is in the house. What's this? Bancroft getting in the chat to make his comic now. Morning all. Mo Biggs. Camel already sold his soul to beat Batman on Ness. Talk about wasting it, but he was 8 years old at the time and didn't know any better.
It happens. It's a good game. It's hard though at the end. That Joker is really kind of a pain in the ass. I haven't ever beaten Batman Returns. Batman Returns is really hard.
Reno says, Bancroft, just do the Tom King route, 12 panels, and they're all the same.
I did get a bit Tom King with the interviews, but I suppose I could show that off. I do have a sequence. I think it's 6 panels all at the top. Maybe I can show that off. Hold on 1 sec. I'll just try and show off the.
Jaro says, you can use the old Jack Kirby method, Rob. Page 1, splash page, pages 2, 3, double page splash, pages 4, 5, 6 panels each. Norman Rad says the SNES Batman Returns was the best.
Yeah, that was the one. They made one for NES as well, but it's it's pretty much the same game. It's just it's just not as involved. And I used to have a Superman game.
So there's like a progression of time. I'm actually going to shadow this guy's face in because I want to sort of keep him under shadow. But yeah, that's at the top of a page. So that page has quite a few panels on it.
You got Shaggy Bear for $5. Check out Portland Occupied Zone on Indiegogo.
Is that a parody? Thank you, Shaggy Bear, for $5.
I feel like I should get a percentage of these, Bancroft.
Or you could get monetized. And
one
then
day
you can get super chats on your show.
One day it will happen for me. We've got Stephen Rockwood's art here for the Godlike contest. Very cool. Lots of detail.
Oh, look at that. That's well, interesting.
Awesome.
It's a lot of grass.
Godlike fighting against Bancroft, it appears. Nothing. He's ignoring it. Nate Callis says, hey, Camel, what's your favorite Batman movie and what are your thoughts on the new Batman movie?
Well, I kind of like all of them. That's not a very good answer, but I like Batman '89 probably the most. But of the newer ones, I really like The Dark Knight Rises. I know it's not like a fan favorite or anything, but I grew up reading Nightfall, so it was really cool to see that kind of come to fruition in the new one. And then of the new one, I think looks awesome. In fact, I actually think I'm more excited for the new one than any of the Nolan ones that came out. It looks like they nailed it. It looks like kind of like they took a lot of inspiration from the video games, the Arkham series. So I'd like to see, just like kind of because it's a hard thing, right? Because like tonally, you got to make the movie make sense within the world, but you can't make it goofy. And so that was like kind of always an issue I had with the Nolan movies. I was like, you just shoot him in the face. So I'll be interested to see if they pull it off in the new one.
I've got a unpopular opinion, Camel, for you.
Oh yeah,
and it's this: it doesn't matter how good the actor is that plays Batman. It only really matters how well they can play Bruce Wayne. Agree or disagree?
Well, I think there are some actors who are better Bruce Waynes and some actors who are better Batmans. I think Ben Affleck was a really great Batman, but as Bruce Wayne, I thought he was boring. I think personally, my favorite Batman, no one will care about me after this, but my favorite Batman is Val Kilmer. I think as a Bruce Wayne, he's bland. I don't care. But as Batman, I think he totally nails what Batman is. And I never got like, because Michael Keaton did fine, but also Michael Keaton was only up against Adam West. So it's like it was easy just to make that like I'll just make him a badass. But I think that, the sort of like stoic kind of silent hero who only talks when he has something to say that's important, I think Val Kilmer kind of nailed that. I'm sorry. Now everyone will unsub, but that's fine. It's not.
I don't think anyone cares as much as you think.
This is Portland Occupied Zone on Indiegogo. I'll chuck the link in chat. That was from Shaggy Bear. So go check it out. It looks like some sort of role-playing game. Very cool. I can't go past The Dark Knight. I just thought that was incredible. That's got to be my favorite one.
I mean, yeah, I would say like on paper, it is arguably the best one, probably. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't get my juices flowing like the other ones do.
Gross.
So this is going to be another unpopular opinion, Camel. I did not like in The Dark Knight Rises. I did not like how Bane and Batman were just punching it out in the streets at the end. I'm just like,
oh yeah. I mean, there's a couple of moments in that movie that I'm like, this is the fact that whole thing takes place during the day. Batman is not a daytime villain. Like that always kind of like annoyed me. And also, he has that really, really bad line where Bane's like, "Did you come to die with your city?" And Batman's like, "No, I came to stop you." And he could have said literally anything else. He could have said, "No, I came to save it," but nothing. It was just, it was such a crap line. And I'm like, what the, like, you didn't have anyone doing punch up on the set to write something better than that?
Zaid says Dark Knight Rises is a trash film.
A lot of people think that. That's fine. You're a trash
Dave
person.
says that was not Bane in Dark Knight Rises. That character only had his name. I like Tom Hardy's portrayal of
I'm not
Bane.
going to split hairs. I don't care. You whatever.
What about the animated movies? Yeah, I love DC's animated movies. I mean, some of them are trash. Some of them are terrible. Like Apocalypse War. God, that was bad. But some of them are really good.
The Flashpoint was pretty good, although technically it's a Flash movie, but it's also not. What's interesting is if you actually like break down the Mask of the Phantasm, it is almost exactly what the Dark Knight is. there's a lot of like similar characters and similar plot beats that happen at the same time. And it's like I almost wonder if they thought, hey, let's kind of like low-key mimic this movie. Because you think about like Andrea Beaumont, she is essentially the Rachel Doss character. And then they like they add the I can't remember the DA's name, but he is like a Harvey Dent type character who goes crazy, and Joker visits him in the hospital. And then it is sort of like I wouldn't quite call it a Batman Year One, but it's like people know who he is, and the cops are after him. They're kind of chasing him down. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's about 4 or 5 scenes that actually are almost exactly the same from both movies. Oh, they're going after the mob. I think that's like a main part of the Phantasm, is they're trying to take out the mob.
I don't care about Batman that much to know all this stuff. I didn't even think I saw Val Kilmer. I definitely didn't see George Clooney.
See, I like Batman and Robin as well. But not, look, I get it's terrible, but there's something about the campiness of it. Like, I feel like, as a throwback to what they were doing in the 60s, it kind of nails that aesthetic. And I actually like that car. I kind of like the kind of neon gayness of it all.
I loved these guys from Batman Under the Red Hood. I thought they were cool. Do you remember these guys?
That cartoon. I never saw
really?
that. Wait, they made 2 Red Hood cartoons. I saw one of them. Unless it was like the same one twice. Maybe I don't remember any of these people.
I thought they were ace. I probably won't share anymore because I don't know if it would get struck or not. This one's been taking you a while, Bancroft.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I have ideas in my head, and then I guess this is why it's good to thumbnail it out. Like it doesn't quite come off the way you were hoping it would. So I'm just kind of like, I guess this is thumbnailing. You're just kind of sketching your thoughts, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Like I'm seeing now, like maybe this isn't what I wanted to do on this page, but I don't know. We've been going an hour 20 minutes. So I don't want to slow down. Just gonna go through here. I'm probably gonna just go to the panels that I know are how I want them to be.
I think like even if you don't like the DC animated movies, I think they're worth checking out just for like the art quality. I think the art quality of them, the majority of them, is really good.
They all connect too. At least the last 15 or so that came out since 2015, they're all like they take place. There's a storyline that goes through it.
Who's the best Joker, Camel?
Probably Jared Leto. I think he totally. I'm kidding. I can't even get
gosh.
to that joke. Well, that's another good one.
There's only one answer for us. There's only one answer for us.
I know. I gotta say Jack Nicholson, right? I like Jack Nicholson.
No, I like Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I kind of like what's his name did with it. The guy who just played him, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
I'd be interested to see him in a movie facing off against Batman. That would be kind of interesting. See, that's like I'm not a big Joker fan. I've never actually really liked Joker too much, so I'm kind of like indifferent either way. I'm like whatever, it's fine.
Oh, that's brilliant. That second panel, Bancroft. I can see you and Camel looking down upon me from your high horse.
Yes.
It's from our ivory tower.
That's from inside a well. So we're looking up, and there's a
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. So that'll all be kind of black stone with just rough highlights. This is a bucket that's being pulled up.
What was your answer, Camel?
For what?
What Joker did you say was your favorite?
I'm indifferent. I would like to see Joaquin Phoenix fight Batman, but I mean, I kind of feel like anyone but Jared Leto is good.
I love the Joker, right? He's like one of my favorite characters, the one that I kind of somewhat relate to in a weird way. But I am so sick of him. I'm so sick of him. He's just overused and he's in everything now. Like Harley Quinn. Very similar.
Yeah, so there's like a slight movement of people on the internet who hate Harley Quinn, and I'm 100% in that group because, yeah, it's like she was a fake villain, right? They made her up for the cartoon, and I can't stand her. And now recently, in the last 5 years, so DC has tried to turn her into Deadpool, and I'm just like, get her out of here. She sucks.
Yeah,
she fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're a big Harley Quinn fan. I just can't stand her.
I loved Harley Quinn. I thought she was awesome. I liked how the character developed, but it's been done, man. It's been overused, and it's turning me off now. So let's have a look. People in chat are saying Mark Hamill, Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill again.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Norman Rad says I like Jack the best, but Heath was fantastic in a different way.
I mean, they all play him so differently. It's, you really have to, yeah.
You're all insane. There is only one great Joker, and it's voiced by Mark Hamill.
I think Willem Dafoe would make a good Joker.
He could. He's kind of old now, though.
Yeah, but that's fine. They did, Old Man Logan and Old Man Joker.
All right.
James Hayes says, true, they even tried to turn Batman into a Joker-like character. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before. They clearly 100% just ripped off the Dark Judges from Judge Dredd. Like, it's not even... It's like you can't even question how...
Oh, yeah, I thought that, too. The teeth, he's just all teeth.
Oh, it's crazy. I could bring up a side-by-side, and it's
It's
so
no, you're
similar.
right. You're 100% right.
Dave says, who would play Ghost in a Replicator movie? It doesn't really matter, and that's the thing I like about Ghost. I mean, she's behind the mask a lot. She's not like Black Widow, who's an assassin who shows her face all the time and goes around like trying to kill people when everyone knows who she is. Like, you don't see her face. You only see it when she's behind the scenes, so it doesn't matter who would play her. But in saying that, not Amber Heard.
Do you guys watch Arcane?
Yeah, I've watched it.
I've never heard of it.
I just found it. I remember you talking about it. I think Kennedy shared something about it. And just like, I couldn't see my story until I found French graphic novels. I couldn't see how it would work. And then I hit that inspiration. You always daydream, what would you want your story if it was ever picked up by some kind of corporate thing? Like, what would you want it to be? That was the first time I really thought, I could see Lucent being something like that as a feature. Because, things could get really lame if you made things into a TV show or a movie. I don't think it would fit a game. I know you said, Rob, that you think Replicator would be a game.
Oh,
and
mate,
I agree.
it'd be fantastic game.
But I don't think Lucent would be. Maybe I could be convinced. But I thought, when I saw Arcane, I thought, this, I think Lucent could be this. I really like what they did visually. I'm only 3 episodes in. But, I really like the visual aesthetic of it all.
The world building and character design, or the world building especially, is incredible. Everything is very distinct and different. It's really worth checking out. Like, even if you're not really interested in the story, and the story was okay, like it didn't blow my mind, but like visually taking in different areas of that world was really cool. So it's worth checking out. Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, Eric Kennedy actually he does do the world building for League of Legends. So that's where it's come from. Pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. It's really
small
cool.
world.
I did a good job like that.
Yeah. Is that a frog in a bucket?
Yes. I was waiting for someone to notice my frog.
There's a frog in my bucket.
Anyone who read the interview section at the end of Waking Dream might remember
I did not.
a parable that is told by a character called Alexander. And this is sort of a little bit of a connection back to that. So this is what I was talking about. They're continuing on the same conversation, essentially, that they started here. But what happens is they hear a sound coming from what's a well over here, and they go back to investigate and find a frog in the well. And
Now, is it one of these frogs? Let me see if I can find it. One of these frogs. Is it one of those frogs, Bancroft?
No.
Oh,
No.
poor frog. What happened?
It's a mutation where the eyes grow inside the mouth.
That's the saddest existence ever.
Says the cripple. It's just like, okay.
No, well, the frog is symbolic. The frog is metaphorical in this scene. So, much like in the parable. So, I mean, no, I don't think I need it to be some weird friggin' zombie frog.
Shanth just popped in. He's hopping off to bed, dude. I would have sent you the link, Shanth. I'm in total control. Bancroft can't stop me now.
He'll embarrass us.
Dying Days of YouTube. Melissa McCarthy as Ghost in Replicator, a Patty Jenkins adaptation based on the story colored by Michael Bancroft. God damn. Bancroft, can I throw a hypothetical at you and Mel, if you're listening? Mel, if you're in the chat, please let me know. Hollywood calls Bancroft. Hollywood picks up the phone, dials Michael Bancroft's number, goes, Michael, we're just in love with the Lucent. We would like to buy the rights to it to make a movie. The movie is going to be made. It's going to be incredible. Here is $10 million. There is one stipulation, though. Melissa McCarthy is playing Ella. $10 million. Are you taking that money?
No, I don't think so.
Mel, are you taking that $10 million?
Wait, is it 10 million to make the movie or 10 million to like give up
buy
the rights?
rights? Yeah.
10 mil, dude. That's just let him have it. Make something new.
Yeah, but if they want to spend $10 million on it, there's someone else who is going to spend $9 million on it and do it properly.
No. They still have to make the thing. Maybe they couldn't afford someone good, you know?
They
Enrique
couldn't afford
says,
a redhead.
Gotta be honest, I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Who would you get? Like Jessica Chastain for the redhead?
No, she's too old. Ella's early 20s.
Don't
in
don't
movies,
say Sansa Stark.
Maximum
please.
20-year-old. Like has to be someone in their 20s, I reckon.
Yeah.
Don't say Sansa Stark.
Oh God, no.
Oh
no.
You know, one of my best friends had a thing for her. I was like, she's so busted. I never got it.
But that's why I say, like, it would be better as like what Arcane is. So you could actually just draw someone and capture their essence rather than their likeness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mortal V says, "You guys see what Ethan replied to on Twitter? Fat ass Bell." No, I don't know. I don't know if we want to dare look at it live.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What about Bancroft? I'm gonna throw a spanner in the works, a little bit of a curveball to the original question. They say that they'll do the film. Melissa McCarthy's attached. There's no getting around that. But you retain all the other rights. So merchandise, comics, graphic novels, everything else apart from movie rights. Would you take it?
Does she have to play mate?
Yes.
It's like
The only way.
45. She's playing
It's
a
her
20-year-old.
passion project. She read the book and she's like, I would be perfect for this.
Yeah, Mason has it. Can Emma Watson play it? Like,
Oh, I might watch that movie. That'd be good.
she's British. She at least should have the right accent.
Oh, I've done that thing again. Hang on.
Yeah, classic Glue Review says, yeah, you can't sell Melissa merch. You're right.
They tried with the Ghostbusters, and those toys sucked. No one bought them.
I read something about why she keeps getting movies because Melissa McCarthy, because they're cheap to make, they're always on time, and they make more than they cost. There you
Why
go.
make any movie, right?
Tiny Baby Sloth Door says, "Rob, send mail than the link." I'd love to. I'm not actually in control when I say I am.
You can send mail on the link if you want. I mean, is he drawing godlike?
You know how Malin, like when he used to come on Corey, mine, and Clayton's show, he'd just rip into Corey. Like he'd do it nicely, but he'd be like, he'd give Corey a couple of minutes, and then he'd be like, "Corey, what are you doing there? Why are you doing that? Do something else." I wonder if he'll do that with you. That would be great.
Yeah, don't send mail on the link.
He's probably busy, but he's welcome to come in here. Jaro says, "I don't know who Melissa McCarthy is, and I'm too lazy to Google her." She's the lady from Ghostbusters, the one that they did that no one liked. That one.
I think she's quite funny. I like her. In like Bridesmaids, that movie, I think it's just called Spy. She plays
Sandra Bullock.
No. It's some movie where she's a trained spy, but because she's Melissa McCarthy, no one lets her go out in the field.
Oh, that one's actually okay.
And then there's some occurrence that happens where they need someone who's never been out in the field before to go out in the field, and it has to be her. It's hilarious. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. It's got friggin' Rose Byrne as a sort of like a snooty bitch character, but Melissa McCarthy is hilarious. It's a hilarious movie.
Jason Statham is like a James Bond type, right? He dies.
That's right.
Or something?
Yeah. That's right.
There are 69 people in chat right now, so lucky number. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you can. That would be awesome. Richard Falk says, Karen Gillian, Bancroft.
Why are they trying to give me 50-year-olds to play this 20-year-old? What is this, Cowboy Bebop?
Isn't that the chick from Jumanji? I thought that was the chick from
Oh,
Jumanji.
right. Oh, I thought it was... I thought
you were talking about X-Files.
Yeah, Scully. No. Yeah, no, she's cool.
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah. That's
Jeez, you weren't even close, mate.
Well, she's... I guess she could maybe do it. She is a little old again.
I got it. What about
beautiful? And she's quite funny too. She's good in Jumanji.
Brie Larson?
No, what? No, that woman that I got.
What about Brie Larson?
Okay, yep. Camel has he's already decided the next question, Bancroft. So Melissa McCarthy has been removed from the role. Brie Larson has been attached to the film, but the offer is only $5 million now.
All right. Yep. I might have to take that. Will she dye her hair red?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I mean she's all in.
Okay. Yeah, they'll probably take that.
She's been practicing her handstands.
I don't hate Brie Larson like everyone else does.
I really don't like her.
Like that movie was terrible. But that's the character that's terrible. Like, you know, she's supposed to play this snarky thing, but she's been fine in other things.
Oh my god. Okay, Bancroft. Brie Larson's off the movie. They've offered the role out. The offer has increased to $20 million.
Kevin Hart. It's Kevin Hart now.
Kathy Griffin is now attached.
No, absolutely not. She does have the red hair. No, you can make it $1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 billion, because I'll just say no, and I'll take 500 million from the other company. I'd be fine.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Oh, that would be awful.
So I'm guessing you wouldn't take $1 billion for Carrot Top then.
Who's paying $1 billion for Carrot? Or Kathy Griffin, for that matter. You know, these are like Camel's friggin'. What do you call them?
The cacklers.
The cacklers.
Cackler's Corner.
I can never take them seriously because they're so outrageous.
So you've been on this page for a while now, and you've just
done.
switched. Yeah.
So they look down the well. There's the view. They're pulling up the bucket. The bucket comes up. There's a frog on it. They're looking at the frog. They're like, "There's a frog." That's out of the ordinary. The frog jumps in the guy's hand.
Why would you ever put a frog in a comic? That's a terrible idea.
In the next panel, does he squash the frog like you tried to do to Ethan?
He gatekeeps him. Yeah, he's like, "Get out of here."
He gatekeeps.
Next panel. Let me check my notes.
Can you draw a gate and then put a frog behind it, just so everyone knows what really happens over here?
He's in jail.
Look, there you go. And EVS is in the chat. Ethan, they are just... Michael is showing everyone how he gatekeeps you.
No,
that's hilarious.
There you go. Out of the gate. What did I call him? Camel? Buddy?
Oh, you're like, sorry, buddy.
Too funny.
Oh, no, wait. Is it pal? You said one or the other.
I think it was buddy. I never say buddy. I was bamboozled.
You were delirious. Drunk with power.
Yeah.
Let's check in on Camel. We haven't checked in on Camel for ages. Which is unlike me.
Rocks.
Bancroft
Lots of rocks.
usually doesn't draw anything. How are the penis fingers going, Camel?
Oh, they're nice and penisy. You know, I finished these.
Fleshy, girthy.
Yeah. You know, coming out good. And I finished these penis fingers. And then down here, you know, I got his penis toes. Yeah.
That's a big penis toe. Does his other penis toes feel inferior, threatened?
No, they're happy that there's a big penis toe to take the lead because, you know, they're so little, you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Some person says, I want a link. I'm good at I want a wrench. I'm good at posting links.
No.
I'm aware of some person. I'm not really looking for new wrenches at the moment.
You're gonna send out a letter. Thank you for the interest. We hope you apply again soon. We're glad that you meet all the qualifications. But unfortunately, right now, keep us in mind in the future, though. That's nice of you.
Dying Days of YouTube says, okay, serious question. Well, that's going to be difficult to start with. What if they want to swap the character of Ella with her colleague, whose name I forgot? Sorry. Attractive, age-appropriate actress, but now Ella is an Indian gothy hipster.
I mean, that would be a shame because that's what they do. Just SDA rips up his application. That would be a real shame because they've done it again now. They've done it to the Little Mermaid.
For those it may concern,
they've made the Little Mermaid black. The Little Mermaid is a traditional.
Isn't it Russian?
Danish, I think.
Or Polish?
Whatever it is, it's somewhere up far north Europe. Thing. But obviously Disney remade it, so Disney kind of have their looks, but they're remaking the Disney. She's classically a redhead, and it's not like they've done it once or twice. They've done it like 100 times. They've gotten rid of the redhead and replaced them with a black person. So yeah, like that would be a shame if they did that, because Amita is a specific character. She is who she is. She's not Ella. Ella has a background that hasn't been revealed yet, so it wouldn't even make sense.
What is the capital of Denmark, Michael?
Is it Helsinki?
No. No.
I'm not really familiar with my Denmark.
Does anyone in chat know?
Copenhagen.
Oh, I hear a lovely little beep. Oh, there he is, man. What's up, Malin?
Hey, John's here.
Hey, John.
I heard I could laugh at somebody in here trying to draw.
Yes. Please.
Why is Mel saying she's sorry? Victoria, my daughter, would have known that in a second. That it was not Helsinki.
I'm amazed that Bancroft has never done thumbnails before.
Are you?
I mean, not like a full page thing. It's because I always worked in panels because I came from web comics. I didn't really do pages. And I never had to show them to anyone before and say, hey, does this page make sense?
Oh, okay.
Because I was never working with anyone else.
Yeah. I actually did layouts a little differently. Like when I was working on the godlike layouts, because normally, like, because I work digitally, I'll just open up page 1 and then I'll lay out page 1. Then I'll go to page 2 file and I'll lay out page 2. They're not technically thumbnails because you can zoom right in and you can draw them essentially full size, but you know, you're doing layouts, so whatever. But with Godlike, because it was I'm trying to get this kind of double page spread feel to all these paneled pages. I just took one page and kind of did a little bit more almost like traditional, where you just do all the layouts on one single page. So everything's just kind of all your little frames are kind of hand drawn. And then I'll cut them out and then I'll paste them back into the actual proper page files and I'll blow them up and then I'll draw from there. So, but yeah, that's interesting that you've never done thumbnails. I guess are really just layouts, but you know, because the thumbnail, it's only called the thumbnail because it's a drawing that's about the size of
that's right. It's more of a layout. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm gonna. This is the first time that I'm gonna do a scene essentially where I've actually got an editor helping me with the story. So you know, I'm going to send these to him after and say, you know, does this work for you with the text? I've already got all the dialogue. Obviously, I'm not showing it. I've got all the dialogue, like where I'm thinking it might go, and then you know we can work through it and say, oh, this panel think of something a bit more dynamic.
Yeah, that's also the way I like to see layout. So like when I'm working with guys, I tell them leave room for word balloons. Just go ahead and draw a circle in there, even if that's not the dead on spot where it's going to be at. At least you're making sure that you're leaving a little bit of room for like a negative space or something like that, and it can save you some time if you're smart about it too. So
yeah, that's what I didn't do the last time. So I would have weird spaces where I thought the text might go, but then Eric was like, "You can't put the text there," because you talk about this a bit too, like how the person on the left should be the one who's speaking 1st
mm-hmm.
and I kind of like didn't really know that initially.
Well, even when you know what you're doing, sometimes when we're lettering a book, we'll see, it'll be a mess. So it'll look like fucking a rat's nest of word balloon tails. Something just didn't sit right. So sometimes you just need to have the person on the left start the conversation, and then all of a sudden that actually will start solving all your other problems. So you just add a little quip, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But also just being able to when because like we sit in with, so Eric will he'll take the script and he'll lay down all the word balloons and all that stuff. But then we'll sit in there with a writer and we'll go over the stuff and we'll say, okay, that looks a little sloppy. Can we just chop out a piece of this dialogue, or can we add in a new piece of dialogue to kind of work it out? But making sure you have that room kind of starts in that layout area. Because like if not the Dan, I mean, Dan just drew everything, Dan Frega. But there's clearly like, you're going to have to cover up a lot of shit, and it's like, that sucks. But if you would have just done the circles, which I think he's doing now, or the ovals, I think he's doing now, he can save a little bit of that drawing time. If I was real ambitious, like, and lettering my own book, like if I was that crazy, which I just don't have time to do, I would probably just put the lettering or the word balloons right there on the page, just kind of like the old school way. And then you don't have to draw anything underneath that word balloon, period. But
that's what I did when I started as well. But then I realized that kind of got annoying because I kept moving them around.
Right. Because when it comes time to where now that you've stewed on this for a month, you're like, oh, well, I'd like to add a little piece of dialogue here. And it's like, well, I'm going to have to cut that out. Then I'm going to have to fill back in where the word balloon was. So,
John, this is Camel Moon's, it's going to be Camel Moon's entry to the Godlike contest. Who are the other judges apart from myself going to be?
No one yet. So I'm waiting because I don't want to ask someone to be a judge and then they can't enter. So once all the pieces are turned in, once the deadline hits, then I'll just see who's not in there, and then I'll start reaching out to people.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to worry about me in that case.
I know you want to be a judge really bad, Rob.
No, I'm just messing around, man. I don't.
I'll let you be a judge. You want to be a judge, as long as you're not entering.
Hell yeah.
No bribes. People can't. Are you bribable? Do you think you're bribable?
I don't think so. I mean, no one's ever tried, so.
They'll probably try now. If they cut you in for a third. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's not bad, is it?
Are
you going to enter Bancroft or no? Are you going to enter Bancroft?
No, I've sort of seen the level that's out there, and I don't think I would have time to put in something that is necessary to win. If you're not first, you're last. So instead I just not enter. But
what's that
I
saying?
have so much to do. It's like,
what's that saying, Bancroft? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, that's the one that I said. I came up with that.
That's right. Yeah, I think people should enter. I mean, if people have obligations that don't allow them to enter, then by all means, fulfill your obligations, your freelance work and whatnot. But if they have time, why in your right mind would you leave $3,000 sitting on the table like that? Someone else to take. You know what I mean? So
Elder Schnelly says, have Anna be a judge, then no one can win.
Yeah.
I think Anna would be a good judge.
That doesn't look like godlike.
Is this a talking scene? Wasn't there a 6-panel grid on here before?
Yeah, on one of them.
They were all talking.
Oh, you've already done that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a talk. Basically it's a conversation scene, but at one point, there's another element that comes into the story that's like they don't. It doesn't impact on their conversation other than what they're doing. So they start, they leave where they are, they go somewhere else. They things start to happen. It gets a bit trippy. Like there's a frog. This is supposed to be kind of weird, essentially.
Jeremy says, I got a lot of work left with mine. Send me it on Twitter, man. I'd like to bring it up. I like seeing your stuff. So send it to me on Twitter now if you can. That'd be awesome.
Mortal V says, John, stop beating around the bush and say yuck, yuck, yuck to Michael. What's yuck, yuck, yuck?
I don't know.
Anything?
Is that a Michael thing, Bancroft?
I don't know. No. I know. He's just saying like, hey, this art isn't good. Well, I mean, you're right. This is like literally.
Oh, should I be laying into Bancroft?
Thinking.
Is that what it is?
This is like me thinking out loud.
Why is Bancroft so quiet?
Am I quiet?
Not for me. Yeah, right. For me.
Everyone sounds quiet to me. What's going on? Maybe it's my headphones.
Skip says, I'm submitting fan art, not showing it until it's due, though.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my favorite still hasn't changed. I'm still on team Chasing Krager. I think that's my favorite piece so far.
Oh, shit. I can't bring you in a... Well, you're already biased. Look at you. You're announcing your winner. Shit.
Yeah. Don't bring me on as a judge.
You're contaminating the voting pool.
Yeah.
Everyone vote for Jason Krieger.
I won't be bribable, but I will probably sway the votes. Positive or negatively. It could go either way. Jason Krieger's is great. Yeah, it's my favorite so far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite, John? Not that you're going to say, but
No.
do you have one that sticks out?
No, I think there's great pieces out there, but I'm not going to, try and contaminate the pool.
My job.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let people do their voting, and we'll see what happens. So really, I don't have any say in it. I'm just paying for it.
Oh, is a new?
I mean, if there was for some odd reason some kind of tie, I don't think there will be because I'm thinking about a point system. So
it's a new piece.
There's lots of new pieces. Yeah, there's some really awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking at Camel, thinking he's gonna, get his done in a weekend. It's taken over a week, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's just.
Oh, Jim O'Reilly, nice.
I really want to get ahead of, the things. Yeah, there's some awesome stuff.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Great
last time. That's cool too. A very loose style.
Yeah, I think that one came up today or something.
I like the one of the horse person kicking the sword.
This one?
No.
No.
It's not as defined. It's that one.
This one. The reverse. What is it?
That's my favorite one.
That's something.
I want that as a poster.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking that some people are doing the long-haired version, others are doing the short-haired version.
This is from Chris Graves. He's worked for me before. He's a really good artist. Two versions there, John.
That looks very Casada.
Very nice.
Like I like that. I really like that Casada kind of version. The other one doesn't look like the same guy. Does this guy change his style up a lot, or?
No, not really.
Because that looks Joe Quesada right there. You know what I mean? Oh, you probably
Maybe
don't,
it is.
Rob,
Maybe
because
it's
you're
Joe
not an
Quesada.
artist.
Hey,
Oh, it's Joe Quesada entering under a pseudonym.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm a
$3,000.
great artist, John. You know this.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy that cutting that dragon neck off. That one's pretty awesome. I like the
Oh, you like this
concept of
one?
it. Yeah, I like the concept of it. Because
So
like
you-
that dragon
are-
doesn't even know that it doesn't have a neck right now. You know what I mean?
You are influencing the vote.
He's 1 second away from his eyes going, ooh, you know?
Yeah, that is pretty cool, isn't it?
Mhm.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, 1 second away from half a second away from Scooby Doo.
It's cool as well. It's
Yeah,
cool.
big old monster.
Dude, you
Looks
got
kinda like
so
a
many
EVS
entries.
Looks like one of those what is it? Lanterns.
You've just got a truckload of entries now. It's cool.
But I
The
like the
weapons that you put up
Kirby-esque
3K.
markings that is on that big guy there.
This one?
No, the previous one.
John, why don't you make like a secondary book of just this, like a coloring book?
A secondary book of what?
Just entries.
Oh, I've thought of it. I've already thought about it. So
Because you have like at least 50 entries. That'd be a cool book, you know?
mhm. Yeah, so I
And
would
everyone gets a full
probably
page.
I considered just reaching out to a handful of people, offering them a small amount of money and just throwing it in as like a black and white floppy as like a possible stretch goal or something like that. Just a freebie. You know, I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be great.
And then the winning piece would be like the cover, and it would be full color, and then you would open to the first page, and then you would get the original black and white version, and then all the other people behind that. So that is something I've considered. Yeah,
Yeah, this is my favorite one so far.
yeah, that one's been up for a while. Really like the rendering on it.
Yeah, cool, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a cool narwhal piece in there, and yeah. But time's almost up. If you guys were going to do one, you got about, I don't know, less than 48 hours to get it in. So it's got to be December 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is the deadline.
9:15 in the morning?
9 p.m. Eastern. 9 p.m. Eastern. In the morning?
All right.
And the
So
idea
all
of the
day.
9 p.m. was that way we didn't have people didn't be like, oh, is it midnight? Is it 3 in the morning?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it, you know, but also like I was hoping that I'd be able to start reaching out to people to be judges like right then and there. And then maybe have a winner within 24, 48 hours, something like that.
So what's going on here, Bancroft? People talking, are people talking more? And
No, they're not talking anymore. You see this this is a shadow that's like going over them, rising up.
Oh, right out of their mouths. That means they're not talking.
Completely covers them. Well, it's not a full shadow. It's like just like there'll be
Oh, it's a rising shadow because
a rising shadow. There's they're standing at a bank of a sea here,
making a withdrawal.
And no, like at a beach. Sorry, at the edge of a beach. Yeah, you know, same thing. I was thinking, and now that like there's this tidal wave that is this kind of, I don't know exactly where I want to put the camera to really show off the scale, but it's just a massive tidal wave essentially that's just about to consume everything, including them. But I just got to kind of figure out how to do that and make it look cool.
Old Dirty Fatty says, hey, Malin, be nice to our wheelchair-bound friend.
What would?
Old Dirty Fatty wants me to be nice to you, Camel.
Oh, you don't have to be.
Nice.
Well, I didn't get every panel done, but think far enough for now.
Dude, for you, that's what you've done tonight is an incredible achievement. You should be beyond proud of yourself.
Yeah, you're a regular Dan Fraga.
Yeah, look at me, just like drawing and shit. I think I got like more comfortable towards the end, anyway. But at the very least, I'm gonna because I know where.
I like the well shot.
Yeah, that was my like. That's my. Where is it? Yeah, that's my shot. Like this one, I knew exactly how I wanted it. Exactly. You know, there's something up in the foreground. You got the bucket coming up there. You know, this is where all the light is. This is going to be just like highlights of the. It's all going to be black. You know, there's obviously going to be a bit of color, a bit of I knew that one before I even began. It's funny like that. Like some of these, they felt good in my head when I wrote down my notes, but then when I put them down on the page, they need a bit more work.
So fill me in. So this is the follow up to Lucent?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so and you just never did layouts on the first book?
Well, it started as a webtoon, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So I did when I very first ever did it. I did do some page layouts, but it was more kind of in a European style. They were abandoned long ago, and what I ended up eventually doing was just because in webcomics you just work in panels. So I had all these panels, so I got up to like panel 200 and something, and then they had to be put into normal comic book size. So things had to be, I had to arrange them like a puzzle, pretty much.
Yeah, creatively. Yeah, you didn't want to do the Atom Post where you had 2 inches of white or inch and a half of white going all the way around your borders.
That's right. So I had to. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing, and a lot of this Painted Death book too is already in that format as well. So, but anything new, I want to start like normal. Do a page normally, So you were saying earlier, you could even put the, the whatchamacallits, the where the lettering goes. So I know where that all might go already. So like I know like this guy's talking here, so I could even do a bit of that, like like that, and and then I'll give this to Joe and I'll say with the script and everything, and I'll say this is what I'm thinking. If there's anything that you think is not really working storytelling wise, Joe has a good grasp of what the art will look like when it's done. So
like the only thing I would say like word balloon wise is like panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's like you're in kind of a tight spot. So where you'd almost have to do is you'd have to break the panel. People do it, but if you can avoid it, usually it's better. But like word balloon maybe up top or maybe again like a quick little quip, like a 1-word thing. That way it's not some big massive word balloon there. So.
But
what I would do in that case, like if I was doing the layout, is I would take probably that panel border if I wanted to keep that face at that size and that much. So I'd probably take the panel border and I would slide it to the right, just so we can get a little bit more room for the word balloon to go, like maybe over his hair.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. If any, I mean that's the cool thing about it, actually. If I get that feedback, like I think you need more breathing room with some of the balloons. I mean at this stage it's super easy to to edit anything. So you can just grab a guy and
also something to kind of think about. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that panel, I would probably take it and I'd probably grab the whole thing and slide it downwards. And there's a reason for that. That's like the kind of the rule of thirds. So if you actually gridded that thing out into the rule of thirds, you would bring the guy to the right. You'd almost get his head dead on with that 1 point. So, so I'd take I'd take the entire panel, so all of it, and slide it down. And then the other guy's head in the chair is well, it's probably in a pretty good spot for the rule of thirds. But now you have all that room up top for word balloons, so that way you can avoid. Not that it's the worst thing, but I just prefer to get word balloons kind of out of the way of like the eye line. It's not a hard rule, but it's just something to kind of keep in mind. So when it's up above or down below, and that way your characters can look at each other without this kind of thing.
You're not. Yeah, right. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I feel that. Like, I didn't really think about that initially. So when I laid out the first book, I was surprised where Eric was putting the word balloons, because you're right. Yeah, they are either above or below.
Yeah, it's not a hard rule. I mean, you just kind of feel it through. Sometimes you have to put them in front, and it is what it is. But that's why kind of laying out your word balloons can actually help you out when you're going through there. But you do have a lot of open room in the first 4 panels. So, I mean, really, Eric can he'll figure out a spot for it. The only thing I don't like is when you have to break a panel. So sometimes for design's sake, you can do it and it looks cool. But when it's always breaking panels, and it's just like clear that you
mean the speech bubble goes over 2 panels.
Yeah, when the word balloon overlaps a panel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, sometimes you might want to overlap a panel because you want to say this guy is yelling here. So if you did do an overlap panel, you could have the guy who I believe is sitting in the chair actually have his word balloon slightly overlap and cut off the tail end of that guy's speech. So it's like you are creating like no time and space between these 2 panels. So it goes straight from him saying, "Hey, mother," and then it cuts off, and then a word balloon overlaps that fucker part, so you don't even see that. And then he says, "My," you know what I mean? And it gets rid of that second where you have that kind of cut. So you can use that in kind of like, I guess, a creative way if you wanted. But whatever.
It's all good stuff. It'll be interesting to show this stuff as it progresses, towards more the finished art. People will have seen it from the very kind of.
I mean, everything for me is molding, so I mean, it's not really the final version until you get into the lettering stage, and then you can do whatever kind of creative thing you want to do to pull it all together, to add time or subtract time, or like I'm a big fan of stopping a sentence, like at the end of a panel, and then then you get dramatic pause, and then the word continues up into the next one, or on that page turn. So little tricks for drama.
How the sign-ups going for John?
Good. Last time I checked, I believe we were over 600. So
very nice.
Good to go. Yeah, everyone should sign up for it though, because we might do 2 graveyard shift campaigns next year if we can really swing it. I'm not sure if we can, but if we can time wise, then we're gonna do it, and there won't be a second sign up for the next campaign. So sign up this one time, and you're good for all of 2022 for graveyard shift. So you'll be able to, if we do a variant campaign, and if there's a secret perk for that, you'll be qualified for that. If we do volume 5, summertime or end of the year, you'll be signed up for that. There won't be a second chance to sign up until we start promoting 2023 stuff. So
beautiful.
Big year next year.
Gonna be massive
for all of us. Guys, it's 7:45 here, so I'm going to leave it there and go in and dinner and be with a family and everything. Wow, 76 people in here. That's crazy. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. Thank you, Camel.
People love layouts.
Gotta love it. We do pre-press on this. We do all the exciting stuff on this channel.
Cutting edge.
Exactly. I mean, there's 77 people watching. Something's going on. Either people are bored or they left their computers on. Either way, thanks, Camel. Thanks, John. Thanks, Rob. Always a pleasure, and I'll see you guys around.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and thanks for chat too. I forgot. Yes, of course. Bye.
I want to say I'm really glad Michael Bancroft is here. I mean this. I feel like, look, I'm an admirer of yours. I like what you've done. You've carved out a path for yourself. I want to be better friends. That's what I want to say to you. Rob, the replicator, I didn't even know you were here. But welcome, my friend. You are an awesome artist, and we're happy to have you here. Wait, are you an artist? Do you draw your own stuff?
He is a good artist.
Okay. Your books look great. Cheers, everyone. And...
Thank you, Ethan.